Hi, Assalamualaikum and very good day to Dr. Muhammad Faizal. We are from Group 2 in GBA 1145E, representing and resolving question 2 and 3 from past year question March 2013. Before that, I would like to introduce myself and my team members. First, Muhammad Danish Haikal. Second, Anis Nashita. Third, Akmal Asna. Fourth, me, Putri Nazira. And the last is Siti Hajar. Then Anis Nashita and Siti Hajar will presenting question number 2 and Muhammad Danish Haikal, Akmal Asna and me, Putri Nazira, will presenting question number 3.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Hajar and I will start the discussion on Chapter 6 Project Management, Question 2. The question states that MNG Constructions in Berhad has been selected for a one-week project and the operation manager has agreed to start the project on September. And all the major activities and estimated duration time has been identified as follows. Therefore, the table below shows the list of activities, preceding activities, and duration for each activities. This information will be used to answer the question. Question A. Construct the PERT network for this project. Firstly, what is PERT network? PERT network stands for Program Evaluation and Review Technique that helps manager to plan, schedule, and control the project. The purpose of PERT network is to identify the critical path and critical activities that cannot be delayed. Therefore, the managers must ensure that these activities must be completed in time. Moving on, to draw the PERT network, we will use the activity on arrow network technique, which the activity will be stated on the arrow instead of inside the node. The circle with the number here is the node which represents the event, while the arrow represents the activity such as a job or task, and the number represents the duration, in this case, the total week to complete the task. The node shows the beginning and ending of the task. It begins with the tail node and ends with the head node. For example, 1 is the tail node and 2 is the head node. In starting to draw the PERT diagram, it is important to know the preceding activity, as the activity can only be started when the preceding activity has been completed. In this question, A and B both have no predecessor, therefore they can be both performed concurrently. However, for activity C, D, E, F, G, I, and H, they need to wait for the preceding activity to be complete before they can start. For activity A, event 1 to event 2 in 4 weeks. For activity B, 1 to 3 in 2 weeks. Activity C, 2 to 5 in 3 weeks. Activity D, 3 to 4 in 4 weeks. Activity E, 4 to 6 in 3 weeks. Activity F, 5 to 7 in 5 weeks. Activity G have 2 preceding activities, which is B and E. Therefore, we will need a dummy to show the relationship between B and E. Next is H, which is 7 to 9 in 2 weeks, while activity I has also 2 preceding activity, F and G. Therefore, a dummy is needed. For a dummy, no task time or resources are required. Therefore, this is the complete diagram for the PERT network.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Anis Nashita binti Syahdi and I will present question 2B and question 2E. For question 2B, first we will look at the diagram. In the diagram, there is a number in pink color which represent the earliest event time or EET, and number in blue color represent the latest event time or LET. To calculate EET, we should start from the first event, which is event number 1 in the blue color, then the EET will be equal to 0. After that, continue to calculate the EET for each event and all events should be calculated. As an example, the question 2B has event from 1 until 9, so the EET will be calculated until event 9. For EET event 1 is equal to 0, then EET event 2 equal to 0 plus with the process A, which is 4. So EET event 2 is 4. Then EET event 3 equal to 0 plus with the process B, which is 2. So EET event 3 is 2. Continue the calculation for the next EET until event 9 by using the same flow of calculation just now. Then, to calculate the LET, it should start at the last event to the beginning event, which is for event 9 to event 1. So the calculation of LET will stay in blue color. For example, LET for event 9 will be 16 because it is equal to EET event 9, which is also 16. After that, LET for event 8 is equal to 16 minus the process I, which is 4. So the LET for event 8 is 12. From that, continue the calculation for the next LET until event 1 by using the same flow of calculation just now. Next slide is a question 2b, which is calculate the earliest event time and the latest event time for each event. So this is the answer for the question by referring to the diagram before. The answer for EET is 0, 4, 2, 6, 7, 9, 12, 12 and 16, followed by the answer for LET, which is 0, 4, 3, 7, 7, 10, 12, 12 and 16.
Moving on is identify the critical path and critical activities of the project. The critical path consists of sequence of activity that begins at the start of the node and ends at the left of the node of the network. And the critical path is the longest time path of the project, and all the activities on the critical path are the critical activities that must be completed according to schedule. And any delay of the critical activities will cause a delay on the overall project completion time. To identify the critical path is the event that has the same EET and LET, which are event 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, and 9, while the activities on those events are activity A, activity C, F, H, and I. Next is determine the completion time of the project. The completion time can be referred to the last LET, which is 16 weeks.
Now, I will present for the question 2E. The question is calculating the total float and free float for activity G. Activity G is from event 6 to event 8. Event 6 has EET equal to 9 and LET equal to 10, while event 8 has EET equal to 12 and LET equal to 12. Therefore, the calculation of total float or TF for activity G is LET event 8 minus EET event 6 minus with activity G, which is 2, so it will be 12 minus 9 minus 2 equal to 1 week. So the total float for activity G is 1 week. As for free float or FF for activity G, the calculation of total free float or FF for activity G is EET event 8 minus EET event 6 minus with activity G, which is 2, so it will be 12 minus 9 minus 2 equal to 1 week. So the free float for activity G is equal to 1 week. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Now I will explain about question 3. The question is, Danya Ltd produce shoes. The forecasted demand in units for shoes over the next 6 months planning horizon is 5,900 in January, 4,950 in February, 2,800 in March, 3,460 in April, 3,900 in May, and 4,560 in June. Apart from that, the company also supply 1,800 units of shoes from March and April to a local retailer. Use the following information to develop an aggregate production plan. The current workforce level is 15 workers. Labor hours per unit is 30 minutes. Working hours per day is 8 hours. Average working days per month is 20 days. Regular rate is RM6 per hour. Overtime rate is RM9 per hour. And the inventory carrying cost per worker is RM1.50. And the beginning inventory is 500 unit. And hiring cost per worker is RM300. And layoff cost per worker is RM200. Outline an aggregate production plan by using constant workforce vary inventories and overtime strategy for the forecasted demand variation. Calculate the production cost for the period of January until June 2013. Let's move to the calculation. Okay, now the first step of the calculation is calculate the capacity per month. 60 over 30 minutes, because the labor hours per unit is 30 minutes, times with 8 hours working hours per day, time with 20 average working days per month, and time with 15 workers, and equal to 4,800 units per month. So that is the capacity per month. Let's move to the next part. Next, step 2 is construct the table. In the table, we have month column, forecast demand column, capacity column, shortage column, inventory column, overtime column, and stock up column. I will explain for the month of January and February. The forecast demand for January is 5,400 because we must minus with the beginning inventory. So 5,900 unit forecast demand minus with 500 beginning inventory equals to 5,400 units. The capacity per month is 4,800 units, so there will be a shortage of 600 units and they have to overtime. The forecast demand for February is 4,950 units and the capacity per month is 4,800 units. So there will be a shortage of 150 units and they have to do overtime to cover the demand. So that's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter to continue the explanation.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Akmal Asna binti Kamar Zaman. So I will continue to discuss about question 3, step 2. I will start from March until the end. So as we can see in the table for March, the forecasted demand is 2,800 need to plus with 1,800. 1,800 is monthly forecasted demand from other buyers. This is based on additional information given. So the total is 4,600 and it minus with capacity 4,800. Then we get 200 excess the forecast demand. So we put 200 in inventories column since it is excess. Next for April, the forecast demand also need to plus with 1,800 and the answer need to minus with amount of capacity. We got shortage total 460. Then the 200 from previous column of inventory need to minus with 460 and the balance is 260 we put in overtimes column. Next, for column May, the forecast demand is 3,900. We just put the amount from the table of question above. After the 3,900 minus with capacity, we get 900 excess forecast demand. So we put 900 in column excess and inventory. Next for June, 4,560 minus 4,800 and we get 240 excess. So the 900 from the previous column of inventory plus with 240 and we get 1,140 for inventories column in June. So the total for capacity is 20,800 inventory. Meanwhile, inventory is 2,240 and overtime is 1,000. Then that's all from me and I will pass this presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
I am Putri Nazira. Will continue presenting in question number 3. In step 3, as we can see, we must to find the answer of regular labor costs, inventory holding costs, and overtime costs. Before that, the information was given the regular labor cost, which is 30 minutes, inventory holding costs or inventory carrying costs, which is RM 1 ringgit 50 cent that was given in the question, and overtime rate which is RM 9 ringgit per hour. When all the data was given, we must to calculate the regular labor cost. To find the answer of regular labor cost, first is to find the total of capacity which is 28,800 multiply with RM 6 ringgit from the regular rate that has given in the data, multiply with 30 divided by 60. The answer is RM 86,400. Then inventory holding cost, we must find the total of inventory which is 2,240 multiply with RM 1 ringgit and 50 cent. The answer will get RM 3,360. Next, overtime cost. First, we must find the total of overtime which is 10,010. Then multiply with RM 9 ringgit multiply with 30 divided 60. And the answer will get 4,545. When already find all the answer, we must to calculate the answer of regular labor costs, inventory holding costs, and overtime costs. So RM 86,400 plus 3,360 RM 4,545 will get the total cost. So the total cost is 94,305. So that's all from us. Thank you.